He's walking to the stage. What is he gonna say? The most amazing slam poet you've ever heard. Weaned on the coal-fired curd, the black-toothed mountains, lava-fire fountains of spoken destruction raining his brimstone down on vulnerable onlookers, their fingers taut against the underside of tables, bleacher benches, the pew-sitting faithful unable to utter a whimper from the gape of quivering lips. Why all the other challengers just flipped out and ran at the approach of his steel-toed sentences, belly-splitting pop culture comedic references, tearing down sentences of their puny imaginations with one flick of his tongue. Why he's so good, any other slammer would be risking verbal castration. Performing suicide against the onslaught of such an unstoppable colossus, defeating him would be inconceivable. So you might as well just suit up and strap your fat jowls in for the ride, because you can't hide from the unleashed microphone, fury-filled, iron-willed, sensually appealing power of the most amazing slam poet you've ever heard. He'll turn judges' scorecards into 10 to the 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 high scores. Really high scores. And don't even start thinking. You just can't talk like that forever. Don't even start thinking I'm talking about me, because he'd shrivel all my shaggy-looking red-haired walnuts into a little shrunken walnut-sized thing I used to call a brain. Like I'm just a warm-up to the fifth-string splitter puller, to the third-string pine rider, to the backup spit bottle carrier, to the most amazing slam poet you've ever heard. And I think I hear him now, approaching the stage. Oh man, he's so good, what is he gonna say? But the most amazing slam poet I've ever heard didn't say anything. She couldn't even speak. Too weak or incapacitated to utter a sound or even rise from her bed, all the mental synapses in her head riddled with 8 years of Alzheimer bullet holes. But all the memory and ability stolen from her body couldn't stop the joy explosion in her eyes every time we'd arrive. And it wasn't just inside her, it was all around her, coming from her, flowing through her, mind gone, body feeble, but she had something that made her human, made her godlike, gave her treasure that nothing on earth or in heaven would ever take away. She didn't need to say anything. The wealth and beauty of her life, uttering more poetry than any poet could ever pen. My grandmother knew what it meant to live, even in the face of suffering that seemed to have no end. So when it's my turn, and the real performance of my life has begun, I remember how she won the race. Her adventurous pace of living forever that cheated the grave, speaking to me every time I turn the page or come to this stage. And now this microphone of life is yours. So what are you going to say? What are you going to say with your one incredibly beautiful